Super Clever 1972 here. Of course, you know me as Brian. Right now it is December the 31st, 2023. It's like 8:10 p.m. I know some people are on right now streaming. I watched a little bit of my friends streaming. I just wanted to do this video. You know, I don't know. I see, the thing is, I haven't. Maybe I saw one or two films of 2023, but I'm not quite sure. Because I know Marty and Jen's Reviews on the Grave, they did a review on Christmas Karen. I still have to watch the video, but I did watch the movie off of YouTube. And I watched it, I don't know, a few weeks ago or a week or so ago. I can't remember exactly when. I did a review of it. What was I going to say? Maybe that was the previous year. Maybe that came out in 2022. Yeah, but I've got to watch the reviews at some point in time. Yeah, so let me just say some preliminary stuff before I start off the pickups. This is a pickups video. I'll put a thing right up here saying when the actual pickups begin, so you can, if you don't want to hear all this, yammer, this jabbering about other topics or stuff even related to movies, then you can just go past all this and you don't have to listen to this. So anyways, let me try to condense this as fast as I can. Is that the right way to put it? Consolidate or whatever. Let's just take a detour for a second, and I want to tell about my working on my music. So anyways, I'll put up a video next Saturday, like usual, I would say, which will be, I think, January 6th, and on the next day, January 7th, I'll be doing my weekly guitar stream. I didn't do it today, and I didn't do it last week. I was away on Christmas Eve, but I'm at home today. But I didn't do a guitar stream today because it's New Year's Eve and I didn't feel like it. And I'm getting a delay pedal. I ordered a delay pedal from Guitar Center, but I don't think it's arrived at Guitar Center yet. It's I could have it sent to my apartment, but I tried the last few pedals I've bought at Guitar Center just to make sure they sound all right. This is a brand new pedal. It's not a used pedal, so but it's a Walrus delay pedal, so that's what I bought. I looked online, I looked at YouTube videos, and it looked like the best delay pedal for the best price. So yeah, and some of the money for that delay pedal came from my cousin and his family. So anyways, yeah. And I have some songs. I think you've heard some of them during my streams, like Dan Anderson. He streams Monday through Saturday. I think he starts around 1 p.m. Eastern, and then he finishes somewhere in the neighborhood of 3:30, 4 p.m. But yeah, I think he watches my streams a fair amount. And anyways, yeah, I was working on a song, and almost all the time I come up with the titles, but I think he said call the song Lurk City, USA. So that song's in the works. I think it needs some editing, and I have a few songs that are inspired by Rick Romanelli. One's called 5:30 p.m. on Mondays. I think that's the title, and then a tribute to Rick Romanelli. All three of those songs are instrumentals, no singing. Well, I don't really have much singing in my repertoire of videos on YouTube. I mean, yes, there's some, but not the vast majority. But maybe around a handful, or maybe a little more than a handful, that have me singing in them. So I have of those three, and I've got a collaboration coming up. I've got to start work on that, and I'm thinking of doing another collaboration with somebody else. So I don't know. Oh, okay. So now that I think that's enough with the music news. Regarding movie news, I mentioned that I wanted to do reviews again on my channel. So, you know, the review I did fairly recently was Christmas Karen video, and I wanted to make videos that were short. I didn't want to go on and on and on and on, you know, for a long time, an hour or half an hour, just on one movie, or even on several movies. I thought, you know, it might bore people, and I thought maybe I should condense them. So you know, the first one I've done so far is a Christmas Karen video. So I put pictures in the video, and then I ended with my, you know, my movie endings, the Clarence Boddicker Bitches Leave scene in RoboCop. So yeah, so and I don't want to link to this. I don't. Yeah. So okay. So let me just finish this. And so I've been watching two recent movies. Blind Woman's Curse. I finished that and the special features. That's an Arrow release, and then I'm working on. I just finished the film today, and I saw the first special features on this Criterion of Afterlife, another Japanese movie. Oh, Blind Woman's Curse is Meiko Kaji, and it's directed by Teru Ishii, who directed a trilogy of films: Shogun's Joy of Torture, Orgies of Edo. The third one's called Horrors of Malfour Men. And then he did another one. I watched those three, and I watched, you know, the one he did with Meiko Kaji called Blind Woman's Curse. But I have another one of his called something of Torture. I don't think it's called Joy of Torture. I don't know, but I have to watch that. So yeah. But anyways, I think I'm going to plan on doing reviews of those two films, maybe in one video or two separate videos. I'm going to try to make them compact and really short, like 5 minutes or something. Okay, oh, one more music announcement. I'd like to put some more. I have some long videos on my channel, long music videos. I want to make some short ones for people that if they don't want to watch really long ones. You know, sometimes I take my long ones and I cut them up into shorter. I mean, I have the long video on my channel, but I also have shorter versions as well. And the shorter versions are basically tailored for Metalhead Hippie Jeff and the Thomas Price Show. So, oh, I'm freezing again. So yeah, this is one of the bad things about this MacBook Pro that I bought. It's a 2012 MacBook Pro. The YouTube doesn't work quite right in the chat sometimes. Like if I put up hand claps, you know, when I'm watching people do their music, so it freezes the internet screen, and then I have to refresh the screen like on YouTube. And the other annoying thing about it is this webcam camera that I'm filming this on. Like when I get to the 7-minute or 10-minute mark, it starts chopping me up and making me frozen. So that's kind of annoying. But I do like the fact that it's you know, does GarageBand for me, does my iMovie. Yeah, so in that aspect, or my notes or my pages, you know, applications, that's fine that way. But it's a bitch when it comes to this webcam. So, you know, I could do it off of my other MacBook Pro, but I just want to do it off of this one. So. And this MacBook Pro, I didn't blow the speakers like I did on the 2014 one, which was because I think I didn't have the feedback protection on, and I didn't have headphones put into the MacBook Pro. So like if you hear the audio out of that one, it's all distorted. So you have to put headphones in order to hear what's on the computer. Okay, I'm boring you. So I'm going to get right into the pickups. This might take a few days to do this whole video because I have a lot of pickups. These are summer pickups. These are fallish winter pickups, various sales. So first off, we're going to get into the Vinegar Syndrome and then the Criterions. That might be the only two boutique labels I'm covering. Oh no, Arrow. I have some Arrows too. Okay, so let me see. I'll do the Vinegar Syndromes first, then I'll go to the Arrows, and then I'll go to the Criterion. So the first part is Vinegar Syndrome. So here's the Vinegar Syndrome. Be right back in just a sec. We're at the start of the pickups, so let me get right into it. So here's some, like a few of these are recommended by other people. I tried to, I think I got the ones that, there's a YouTuber on YouTube, Hoax 3000. Hoax, I think the latter part of his name is 3000, but anyways, so he recommended a few films, and this is one of them. This is Asia Argento's The Heart is Deceitful Above All Things. He said, this was really good. She's the daughter of Dario Argento. I think Vinegar Syndromes are I think known for having really good special features, but this should be a good watch, I would say. We'll have to see. The only way you know is by watching. And I think you recommended this one to me, The Laughing Dead. That's a Vinegar Syndrome. I think a lot of the Vinegar Syndromes have nice artwork. So yeah. Some of these I didn't buy the what do you call it, the slip covers. This one I did, but not all of them. Because the slip covers tend to make them more expensive. So sometimes I just stick with these. Most of the time, probably, I stick with no slip covers. Because I really care more about the film than I do about the... Well, I like the artwork. I'm not saying I don't like the artwork, but this is The Heart is Deceitful Above All Things. I think it's the title. Oh, there's a nice booklet in here. Didn't even notice. So, yeah, it's this booklet. I guess some of Asia Argento, not Asia, her father, Dario Argento. So they're all DVDs. And I know people are Blu-ray and 4K these days, but I'm just, I can't afford changing up my older titles to Blu-rays. If I get a new title a movie that I never had before, I probably would get it on Blu-ray. I work at a library, so sometimes when people get rid of their movies, some of them are DVDs. So, sometimes I still get DVDs. So. And this is another one he recommended. It's called, well, the Italian title is La Casa con la Scala nel Buo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. By Lamberto Bava. I think Lamberto Bava is Mario Bava's son, but it's called A Blade in the Dark. And see, it's got this that there. And then it's got very nice, got this book here. I don't know if I'm wild about giallo movies. Maybe some of the acting is kind of cheesy in them, or not very. I don't know. I guess I've watched a few good giallo, but maybe it's not my total thing. I like Japanese films a lot. I like Iranian films a lot. I like other countries too. Like Germany, France, Italy, Well, you know, like films like Fellini, Antonioni, Pasolini, Rossellini, Bertolucci. So I don't know, but the only way you really know if a film is good is by watching it. You know, so um, I don't know if I should show you all these pictures. They might be boring you, and I might. I think this is going to be a long video, so I'm probably lengthening it out by showing you all these pictures. I don't know, but at least you're seeing what's in here. And I don't think I've watched any of these pickups, because the film I just watched was a film called Afterlife, Japanese film that's on Criterion, and I've had that for a while, maybe a few years. And the other one, Blind Woman's Curse, I bought maybe a few years ago too. That's an Arrow with Meiko Kaji. Oh shit. Well, I just showed nudity, but I know a trick around that. I can put a pop-up picture and block it so that I won't run into trouble with YouTube. I have to remember to block it out, you know. But I usually watch my videos before well, I watch them twice, actually. I watch them once because usually, if you watch my videos, you'll notice that they have I'm distracted here for a second. They have subtitles because I forget to say things. I mean, it's probably almost all the time. Like, I don't know, 95% of the time out of 100, I usually forget to say something. You know, regarding what I'm. This won't go in. I don't want to wreck it too bad. I did say that I care more for the film than sometimes for the packaging. I like the packaging. It's just maybe this is not supposed to go. Oh yeah. I see. The book is supposed to go separate from the slipcover. I see. Of course, I'm wasting more time here by doing this. Yeah. Subtitles. So I watch it once to put subtitles in, and then I watch it after I've put it on the hard drive. And the reason why I watch it again, when I make it a video file, is to make sure I don't make any mistakes or the file's not corrupted. Okay, next up, a friend of mine recommended this to me. These are Polish science fiction films. I haven't watched them yet, but I think he says they're pretty good. I guess Master Chaos wasn't one about it. Master Chaos is a YouTube channel. I'll put it here. His channel it was called Master Chaos. I think he changed it to Master Chaos TV. But in any case, I'll get the right. When I put it up here, you'll see the correct YouTube channel. But anyways, this is Apocalypse tetralogy. So that's 4 films tetralogy, I think. But anyways, so they're Gaga, Obi, Oba, Gollum, and War of the Worlds. And these were made, I don't know, what year is this? 1980, 1981, 1984, 1985. Okay, so yeah, the Iron Curtain is still up in Eastern Europe at this time. The Communist Party occupies Poland. Russia occupies Poland at this point in time. Okay, so I chopped the part out. I'll be doing the editing later. I was taking too long putting something back in its case, and I thought that would bore you, so I'm gonna cut that part out. Here's the next one. Existence is a David Cronenberg film. I like David Cronenberg's movies. I haven't seen all of them. I have Dead Ringers on Criterion DVD. I think it's out of print, that one, but I haven't watched that yet. And then there's a film he made called Naked Lunch. I'm not wild about that movie. I might get rid of it, but I think I fell asleep through Naked Lunch 3 times. I find it that boring. But generally speaking, I like Cronenberg's films. My 2 favorites, I don't know which one I like more, Scanners and Videodrome. Yeah, so I've seen this movie in the theaters, Existence. So I think I figured what I was doing wrong with the previous box set. It's the book and the Blu-ray case. The Blu-ray case goes in the slipcase. The book, the book goes separately from the case, from the slip cover. So that's why I was having so much trouble putting the Polish science fiction films, the book, back into the slipcase with the Blu-ray case. It wasn't supposed to be in the case to begin with. I think that's what I think that's why I was having trouble there. And there was a part earlier in the film, not the film, this video, that I did Jude Law there. There's a part earlier in this video where I think I showed some nudity without even knowing it until after the fact on one of the covers of one of the Vinegar syndromes. But I know a trick to get around that, which is just cut. I can use like a picture-in-picture thing on iMovie and cover that picture, so no big deal there. So yeah. Oh, that's Willem Dafoe. I like Willem Dafoe. I think Willem Dafoe's some actors can be kind of stuck up with themselves, with their ego, and I think Willem Dafoe is not that kind of an actor. I think he's a great actor, but he's got a lot of humility. He's not a show off, you know. It seems that way to me. Body horrors, you know what Cronenberg is known for. I think he makes, films that make you think, That's what I think that's one of the reasons I like his movies, Yeah, that's Existence. Okay, next up, some of these boutique labels, they have a trailer underneath the description, so you can sort of help you decide if you want to buy something. I like Japanese films. I like Japanese culture a lot. I can speak some Japanese, but not fluently. I know some a good amount of phrases, But anyways, this one's a film by Koreeda Hirokazu. It's called Airedale. So, yeah. The trailer looked pretty cool. So, is that nudity there? Yeah, that's nudity. I think I can get around that though. Oh, that's nudity too. The actual disc has nudity on it. Let me see. I know what to do. This is going to be covered up, I just showed the disc. When you watch this video, the disc will be covered by, see, there's nudity there. I think Vinegar Syndrome is known for doing that on their covers or inside. I think Severin is known for doing that as well. There's a Severin film I have. I think it's called Black Candles or something. I think. No, I don't think it does. It has nudity on the front. I mean, right there. Like if you bought it at a store, you would see it. You know, it's not covered up or anything. Okay, the next one up is I think this is a science fiction movie. Part Kafka, Agatha Christie, and Monty Python. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I saw the trailer, so that's what intrigued me. Zero Grad. I think this is Russian. Yeah, Mosfilm. It's Russian. So, I like foreign films a lot. Where they really like to put their nudity on here. I'm holding it there for a second because the front has partial nudity. Well, technically it's not nudity because you don't see the woman totally nude, but is there, you know. But yeah, it's called Zero Grad. And I have no idea what the movie is about. I don't mind though, because I like being surprised and what. I make a fair amount of blind buys, as you may have noticed from my previous pickups video. This is called The Good Book. Oh, where's this from? Oh, it's New Jersey film. Oh, okay, this is an American film, I think. Because I like a lot of foreign movies, but I think this is an American movie. Special makeup effects by Fred Kramer, John Wick 3 and Vanilla Sky, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm not gonna. I've got a ton of movies to go through, so this looks like it has a lot of special features on it. The director is Matthew DeConto. I think this is an American movie. I did see the trailer before I bought it. So, okay, so the next part will be Arrows, then Criterion. And I think at this stage of the game, I'm going to... there's somebody coming on at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. I think I'm going to stop it here. Maybe resume later tonight, or possibly maybe continue on tomorrow or later on during the week. So, but you will see the finished video. Okay, I'm Doug Yammer. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I'm back with more movies. So this is the Arrow, not the Arrow, yeah, the Arrows part of the video. And that'll be the shortest part of the video because I only got one box set and one box set and one movie. And the box set is slim. Well, technically they're two box sets because the other one is a single movie, but it's a bit bigger box. But this one is... You know, and it sort of what you'll see. It's an Iranian director, and you can see how slim it is. But you know, it has two of them. It's got 3 movies, 2 contained on this one, and 1 contained on this other disc. So I just read the description that he's really great, one of the great Iranian directors. So it's got the film Gabay, The Silence, and The Gardener. Um, I'll just say this just briefly here. One of the preeminent figures of Iranian cinema, Mohsen Makhlimbaf, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, has written and directed impressive array of acclaimed films, winning accolades at international film festivals and the admiration of world cinema audiences. This collection presents 3 of his most lyrical works, which the director has termed his poetic trilogy. Gabbay tells of an elderly couple who stopped by a stream to wash a vividly woven traditional Persian rug, a gabbay. A beautiful woman appears, depicted in the rug's elaborate design, suddenly appears and tells a heart-rending story of love and loss. A film imbued with the ideas of Sufism. That silence tells of Khorshid, a young blind boy from Takistan who earns rent money for his family by tuning rare instruments, but becomes enraptured by the sonorous music he hears on his way to work each day. The Gardener is an imaginative documentary which follows Makhlimbaf, I think it's the director, and his son Maisam to Israel to investigate the Baha'i faith, a religion with 7 million followers which originated in Iran 170 years ago. So, and a wealth of special features. So I like Iranian films, and you will see another Iranian director in this video. That's the Criterion section of the video. So when we get there, I'll let you know. This next one, I like this movie when I watched it on video back. I think this video came out. This movie came out in the 90s. Or I think it was the 90s when it came out. Said in the 70s, but when it actually came out, I don't know. I think it was the 90s, pretty sure. Anyways, it's Carlito's Way. It's directed by Brian De Palma, and it has Al Pacino and Sean Penn. And Al Pacino was in another movie, a real famous movie. Well, of course, he's been in many famous movies: Godfather 2 and 3, and tons of movies. Sea of Love, and one of the devil movies, Devil's Advocate or Devil's Own, because one of them has Harrison Ford, I think, and another one has Brad Pitt. Maybe it's one with that one. And Devil's Advocate, I think, is one with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. I'm digressing. And of course, Scarface. That's like one of his most signature ones. Oh, Dog Day Afternoon, Serpico. He's been quite. Oh, Scent of a Woman. And I don't have a 4K player, but this is a 4K with it. But I don't know, maybe I'll give it to somebody because I don't see any use for it. It's got these lobby cards. It's really nice. It's got that, what you'd call the new car smell, You got Pacino there as Carlito. You got Sean Penn as the lawyer. I don't remember the character's name. Penelope Ann Cruz, is that her name? I can't remember. His girlfriend. I know he gets out of jail at the start of the film. He wants to make his life better. But that in these types of movies, they try to go on the straight and narrow, and things always go wrong, and that's John Leguizamo there. But anyways, yeah. So, and he came with this, another advertisement for another film they have in their collection. But yeah, so, and it has a poster. So, I'm not gonna maybe, show out all these things, and I'm not gonna read all the descriptions, I think, for all the movies, because then I'd be here forever. But anyways, it's a double-sided poster. So here's the one side here. So that's one side, and then you got this on the other side. Maybe I like this side better, because it says Pacino, Sean Penn, like a Brian De Palma film. You know, the credits of the crew and the cast. I don't know, maybe the other one's kind of interesting because it's so spare. You know, it's not. But yeah, and then you get this booklet. Nice thick booklet. Let me just, go through the pages a little bit there. I'm not going to show every image because we'd be here forever if I did that. But yeah. And I haven't watched this film in ages, but I really liked it when I saw it. I might even like it more than Scarface. I think when I first saw Scarface, I wasn't wild about it, but I've become more I find it more enjoyable as time has passed. So, well, I guess you just put it on top of this, or is this separate? Oh wait, I think this is separate. Just like in the earlier part of the video where I was showing the Vinegar syndromes, and I was wondering why the book couldn't fit in with the slipcover or whatever. It's because they are supposed to be separate. I thought, but anyways, I'm digressing. So yeah, that's the Arrow part of the video. Now comes the Criterion, so I'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're back, and okay, just a preface on this first one. I think I showed this in a previous video, but I'm not sure. At some point on this channel, I will show my entire collection of movies that I own in my apartment. I did do a video when I lived in my previous apartment, two apartments back, and I showed everything that I owned. But I thought maybe I would do a redo because, like, I got rid of some of those, and I got more. When I got more stuff to add to my collection, in those particular cases, I would show what I added to the collection, like I'm doing now. So. I think I showed this one already, but I'm gonna do a I don't know, resurrection or redo or whatever, like another collection video, probably more than one, because the one I did back 2 years back or whenever it was like 70 videos, and each video is somewhere in the neighborhood of, well, it could be anywhere, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes. So, and like, maybe the one that got the most views out of all those 70 or 71 videos was the one of the Disney and Pixar collection. So that's like, I think that's one of my most watched videos. I think it's got I don't think it has 1,000, because my Decalogue review, that has over 1,000 views. And when it says 1,000, I don't know if that means everybody watched the whole video, because it was like an hour-long video, and my overalls collection had over 1,000 views. I don't know the exact number. Anyways, I'm digressing. So I might have shown this movie before, La Ciénaga. It's an Argentinian movie. So, it has to do with nature and sexuality and class. So, one of the film critics say this was really good. Maybe it was Richard Roper. I think I saw that online. He used to host the show with Ebert after Siskel passed away, and then Ebert passed away, and Roper kept it going for a little while with A.O. Scott and Michael Phillips, and then they took over, and Roper had guests on, celebrity guests. Ebert had guests on too, like he had Scorsese on for like the best films in the 90s, when the final incarnation of that show was A.L. Scott from the New York Times, and I think his name's Michael Phillips from one of the Chicago papers, and that's when it died. But I enjoyed it all the way through, from the Siskel and Ebert to Ebert and Roper to A.L. Scott and Roper to A.L. Scott and Michael Phillips. I thought they were all fantastic. But anyways, I'm digressing. Fassbender said that one of his favorite directors, I think it's the case, was Joseph von Sternberg, and he liked the films he did with Marlene Dietrich. So I bought this. It's a box set. It's called Dietrich and von Sternberg in Hollywood. It's got, let me show you the cover there. So, you know what, to save time, so I don't rattle off the names of the films and then show you the films themselves, what I'll do is I'll show you the films right now, and they'll sort of save time. Of course, this is going to be a long video. I know it's going to be a long video. Anyway, so we got The Devil is a Woman. And Marlene Dietrich, I think, was the first actress to wear pants in a movie, which was like a very scandalous at the time. This is Scarlet Empress. Like women, I guess, are supposed to wear skirts. She wore a tuxedo. That was sort of like risque at the time. Blonde Venus, I think she wears a gorilla suit, in this one. Yeah, so she wasn't a wallflower, Shanghai Express. And she and von Sternberg fled Germany because they were Jewish and the Nazis took over. So Dishonored. I have her in another movie directed by Orson Welles called Touch of Evil. Here she is in the tuxedo, Morocco. So, yeah. And I've seen one of Sternberg's movies, which is The Blue Angel with M.L. Jannings. M.L. Jannings also fled with them to America. I think they went to Paris first, and then they ended up in Hollywood. But incidentally, about people that fled Europe probably because they're Jewish, is Frank Capra, the director of It's a Wonderful Life. That's not his original name. It's not Frank Capra. He's from East Europe, in is it the Czech Republic or Poland or? But that's not his real name. It's not Frank Capra, in case you were wondering. So, yeah, that's the Dietrich and von Sternberg box set. If you want to know details about these things I'm showing you, just Google them, or look on Criterion's website or Arrow's website, and you can, or Vinegar Syndrome's website, and then you can, find out more. This next one is Orson Welles' The Trial. I had this on a DVD. I still have the DVD. Maybe I'll get rid of it. Maybe, I think it's. But it has another film. I think it has another film on it. I can't remember the name of it. I think I got it for that reason too, because it had the other film has Keir Dullea, who's Dave Bowman in 2001. But yeah, but I really thought the trial was visually interesting, but I thought the transfer was pretty bad. So this is going to be nice to watch it this way. And like one of my New Year's resolutions is to watch more movies, and I've cut down on some of my streaming time because watching movies is time consuming, and I want to keep doing music too as well. This is Dry Long So, 90s film. So looks like an interesting film, so I bought it. So yeah. Oh, I didn't show the inside of the trial. I will do that just as soon as I get through this. Oh, it's like a poster here, I see. Yeah, I didn't even notice. I don't think I even opened this yet, but I'm opening it now. So I sort of don't like it when Criterion does these pamphlets, because they do booklets too, but they also do pamphlets, and the pamphlets are annoying to me. Because you got to fold them up the right way and to put them back, to fit them back nicely into the case. The booklets are better because they go into the pamphlets have like essays, but like the booklets are better, I think. Here we go again. This is the trial. We'll also have a pamphlet here. I think usually the case with these pamphlets is they fold out like this, not like dry long, so that was sort of like a poster kind of way of doing it. I guess it is partially a poster, like they want it to be a poster. There's a nice picture of some eyes there. And the trial was based on the Kafka book. Franz Kafka was I think he was Czech. I think he died before World War II, But, anti-Semitism was a bad thing back in those days, and he was Jewish. And the plot of the trial, I've read the book. I think the character's name is Kay. He's accused of a crime, but he doesn't know the charges. It's very like existential or whatever, It's I would say it's an art film, It's not it's not a Marvel movie, Wrong way. I'm sorry. This is Monet's Daydream, documentary about David Bowie. So. And you got the poster there of one of his incarnations of characters he played. So I probably won't get into the special features of all these movies because that would just tear away at the time. So this video is probably going to be long, but cut it down a little bit. Triangle of Sadness. I bought this because the trailer looks like it's Parasite on a boat. I love Parasite by Bong Joon-ho. I've watched it, 4 or 5 times, and it really speaks about like what's happening today with the rich and the poor. Because he won awards all over the world for Parasite. He won the Palme d'Or at Cannes. He won the Best Foreign Film. I think he won 2 awards at the Oscars. He won Best Picture. Or maybe 3. Best Director, and Best Foreign Film, and Best Picture, which is the very first, almost positive. Well, I shouldn't say almost positive. I think I'd know. The first foreign film to win Best Picture at the Oscars, because in the past, a film like 8.5 or I think that won Best Foreign Film then. Yeah, and La Strada and. I'm trying to think. This is Fat Girl. Yeah. So Triangle Sadness seems to be like the same sort of story, only it's on a boat, So yeah, the trailer really pulled me in. This is Fat Girl. It's by Catherine Breillat, who's a French film director. She directed a movie called Romance, which I've seen. It has pretty graphic sex in it, Romance. I've tried to increase my palette of films, film variety. Like I have more black filmmakers in my collection. I have more women filmmakers, and yeah. And I've heard this film is good, so that's why I bought it. Well, if a film is bad, I generally don't buy it unless maybe the special features, or if it's cheesy, bad, but it's good in a good way. And cheesily entertaining, even though it's bad. Like Vinegar Syndrome is basically that. Well, not all the time with Vinegar Syndrome, but okay. I thought I was recording, and I think I wasn't. So I'm gonna say what I said again. So Vinegar Syndrome basically sells movies that like people. They're shot on low budgets or cheesy effects or bad acting, or maybe they're good in a good way, but like they're shot on shoestring budgets, So it's like filming a film label for the little guy, and they also do like lots of special features. They have these subscriber sales, but I saw what the subscriber sales were like. The subscribers get their items before, people that cherry pick and just choose different individual titles. But the subscriber rates are like $1,000 for maybe half a year. But you get like more bang for your buck. You can buy lots of movies. I don't see it as a good economic plan for me, though. So I'd rather buy just a handful of Vinegar Syndromes than to buy tons of them, but there's like advantages to it, if you're a big Vinegar Syndrome person and you're budgeting your money right, I suppose it could work for you, but not my bag. So I'll be back in a second with some more Criterion. Okay, so I'm back with more Criterions. Maybe I should have picked the other stack that I had, because that other stack is in conjunction with the ones I showed you before, because I bought them at the same time. But I'll jump around a little bit. So I'm gonna show these summer ones that I bought that I didn't show yet on my channel. So anyways, this is one I bought. I bought 2 of these by accident, so I gave one to my friend. But this is called The Watermelon Woman. It's made by a black lesbian filmmaker. I think I shouldn't say. It influenced the director Pariah, who's also a black lesbian filmmaker. This came out in 1996, so yeah. So looking forward to that. I don't want to get into tons of details, because then the video will be too long. But so it'll be interesting film to watch. There's a box set I own by Melvin Van Peebles that has the first blaxploitation film on it, called Sweetback Badass Song, and it also comes with the docudrama. Is that the right word to put it? The film that Mario Van Peebles, his son, made, where he plays his father and reenacts the making of Sweetback Badass Song, called Badass. But there's another book. There's another movie in that box set, and I think it's called Watermelon Man. So I don't know if that's the inspiration for that title of Watermelon Woman. But yeah. So, anyways, the next one up is Petite Maman. I don't know. I'm probably butchering that, but it's by Celine Sciamma. She made this movie called Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I think that's the title. Yeah, Portrait of a Lady. Is it Henry James? I think Henry James wrote that. But yeah, that's a good movie, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. So I thought, if that's going to be a good movie, this probably will be a good one too. Yeah. So yeah. So, anyways, and this is a French movie. So. Next up is a British box set by Steve McQueen. I think he made the film Weekend, not the Jean-Luc Godard movie, but there's 2 Weekends in Criterion's catalog. The Jean-Luc Godard one, I love that movie. It's probably my favorite Jean-Luc Godard movie. And another one called Weekend, which I think Steve McQueen directed, or am I thinking of another movie? I don't know. But anyways, he directed these movies, 5 films by Steve McQueen. It's called Small Axe. That's the name of the box set. So let's open it. Let's take a look inside. Got well, I'll show the booklet last. Yeah, you got these two sets here. So it's got Small Axe, Mangrove, Lover's Rock, Red, White, Blue, Alex Weedle, Education, 5 films by Steve McQueen. Okay, I saw a clip from one of them, like these cops are. It's in the UK, I think. These cops are harassing these restaurant workers. The cops are racist, I would say, so they're bothering them, and customers and I think the customers and the people that work there are arguing back with them. So, and this is Uprising, directed by Steve McQueen and James Rogan. I don't know all these things that I like to be pleasantly surprised. I like blind buys. I like going in blind, and I think I said earlier in the video that I said in other videos too, I think, like, generally speaking, when I buy Criterions, I'm pleasantly surprised. And when, if they're blind buys, because usually they make good choices. Like, if I don't buy a certain one, it's because, like, it's a director like Jean Renoir, for example, or Wes Anderson. I got 2 Wes Andersons for free or for $1. So, the library where I work. But generally speaking, I don't buy directors I don't like. I have a Jean Renoir movie that I had to get it in order to get. It's based. The Renoir film is based on a story by, I think it's named Maxim Gorky, called the Lower Depths. The Lower Depths. But I didn't buy it for that reason. I bought it because it also came with a Kurosawa film. But the only way you could get the Kurosawa film was to get it with the Renoir. They were 2 different versions of Gorky's novel, The Lower Depths. So that's why I own that Renoir film. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it. There was a forum I used to be part of before the YouTube took off and all that. It's called movie. It used to be called The Authors, but like one of the thread titles was "Tipping Sacred Cows," which I think meant like a director like Tarkovsky or something. Because I think the person that started the threads put in Tarkovsky, like, our directors, like, immune from being criticized. Great directors. That, I think, is a point of the thread. But anyways, here's the next one. This is Lars von Trier's Europe trilogy. I think I didn't show this. I don't think I showed these summer films. I don't think I did. Anyways, I have some other Lars von Trier films. I have Breaking the Waves, and I have Antichrist. I think those are the only other Lars von Trier films I have. But and he did Dogma 95 movement with other filmmakers, which is like, use available light, you shoot. It operates by a certain level of rules. Like, the camera has to be handheld. Maybe you can only spend this much money. Maybe no special effects. There's a certain rules of Dogma 95. Epidemic is the first one of in this box set. Europa is the second. And the element of crime is the third. And then you get this booklet. So, see that a little better there. You got that. So, yeah. So that's a box set. Just putting this back in the box. I don't know how many people watch these videos. I think I have a few people who watch my channel who watch all the way through. and I'm appreciative of that fact. This next one is by a woman filmmaker. It's called Wanda. I've been hearing stuff over the last few years about how great this movie is, so finally I said, I'll buy it and take a look at it. So, and it was made by a woman filmmaker. I think it wasn't a big success when it came out, but it's very praised now. So, okay, this camera has a nasty habit, the webcam, of chopping me up and freezing me after I record for a little while, like 9 minutes or 7 minutes or 10 minutes or 12 or whatever. But to show you the inside of Wanda there. I think it's supposed to be a depressing film. If you know me, I like depressing movies. I like uplifting films too, but I like depressing movies, and maybe this is a tragic movie. So, but it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Next up, we have a film by Peter Bogdanovich called Targets. It's his first film, I believe, with Boris Karloff. And Peter Bogdanovich has passed away. I don't remember exactly when, but he was like early 80s, which sort of blew me away. Sort of, because maybe I thought he was younger, and sort of all these people dying or getting older these days that I grew up. Spielberg, Lucas, Scorsese, Coppola, De Niro. They now they're older, and I'm 51, so I'm older, so it sort of makes you aware of your mortality, when people are dying and people are getting older. So, I don't know if I said this in a video. I think I did. I sort of made a thought to myself that if I don't like a movie, I'm not going to watch it all the way through. Maybe with my collection, I watch most of them through, if not all of them. Well, maybe I'll cut some of them. But I have developed a habit now, because I used to be, I have to, if I watched a film, in most cases, I have to watch it all the way through in one day, in one sitting. And a few friends of mine were saying, like, just watch it in parts, if you can't. If you can't watch it one day, watch it over a period of days, or 2 days, 3 days, whatever, So I sort of have fallen into that. Not fallen. I've sort of gone that way now these days. I watched a movie called Afterlife. You can, somewhere in my library of videos, you can see I show the Japanese movie Afterlife, the Criterion. So I watched that over a few days, and I'm working on the special features now. There's a commentary, so. Here's, I think that's Bogdanovich right there with the camera. I think he was real young when he shot this, maybe in his 20s, I would say. So that's Targets. And I think it was the 60s when this came out. I don't know, let me see. 68, okay, yeah. So next up is a John Woo movie. So like a martial arts or Chinese history. The Last Hooray for Chivalry. And I have the John Woo Hong Kong Rescue box set. Not box sets. Hard Boiled and The Killer. They were in the top 10 the first Criterion's DVDs. But Hong Kong Rescue came... a friend of mine, Roger, on YouTube, that's where I became aware of Hong Kong Rescue, and this Hong Kong Rescue is supposed to have good transfers and loaded with special features. It's like, but the guy runs. Hang on. Okay, the guy who runs Hong Kong Rescue, he's very slow, and he's like a one man or two man operation, I believe. Um, Unlike other boutique labels that have a bigger crew. I think Criterion fired some of their staff. But in any regards, it takes them ages to send stuff out to people. And a few people get them right away, and then other people wait forever. So one of the ones I ordered, I think was hard boiled, because I have the Hong Kong Rescues now of hard boiled, the killer. I'll get into a second how I got them. But 14 months later, I got hard boiled. I ordered it in May, and the following year it came in March, I think, something like that. So I returned it back because I already had my friend from the UK. He got access to them from the UK seller, and so through him I got the Hong Kong Rescues hard boiled in the killer. So, and that's directed by John Woo. So, but yeah, so this is the Criterion that John that is a John Woo movie. So yeah, so I also have Face Off. I haven't watched it in a while. Well, I don't know if I've ever watched my DVD of it. I got it for free because I work at the library, which I think I've mentioned in other videos, that I work at the library and I get some movies for free or for little money. I have seen Face Off. I think I saw it off the TV. Oh, and I'm sorry, didn't even say what this movie was. It's called Chilly Scenes of Winter. It's directed by Joan Micklin Silver, and by the screenplay by her as well. I just wanted to Griffin Dunn's in this. Oh, he's a producer. But yeah, but anyways, I wanted to increase my palette of have more women filmmakers in my collection. So Mary Beth Hurt's in this. So yeah. So anyways, it's Chilly Scenes of Winter. And there's the front there. And this next one, it's from Africa, I think. Yes, I think. We're in Africa. Lesotho, I think. I just thought it looked real interesting. It's called "This Is Not a Burial, It's a Resurrection," and the director is, I'm gonna butcher this, of course, Lamahang Jeremiah Moses, or I know I'm messing that up. Moses, I don't know. I don't really have to know a ton about this. I watched the trailer. I thought it looked cool. So this is, again, they're doing this pamphlet thing, which I hate. I guess it's interesting if you want to read a short essay or shorter essay than say a book. But I like books that comes with movies. I think it's more. I think it has more. It gives it more gravitas, or it gives it more. Lends it a better. Makes the release better for the consumer. I don't know. So I'll be back in just a second with more Criterions. Okay, just before we get into the remainder of the Criterions, I just want to say you'll probably hear music playing as I talk, and what I'm gonna do, instead of going like this and putting in, this song is this or this song is that. Well, I don't know if I did that on some of my videos. Like there's a video. Oh, the box sets. Yeah, the box sets Criterion video. I didn't put the song titles and the horror movie recommendations. I don't think I did that either. So I'm gonna deliberate on that. I think if I want to tell you what the songs are, I'm gonna put it at the end of the video in the credits. I'm not sure. We'll see. Anyways, let me get back to the Criterion. So, anyways, I bought 2 Scorsese during the November sale. I wasn't going to buy them, but then I thought, maybe the transfers and also the special features would be interesting to see. I did get Raging Bull a while back on Criterion because I had it on DVD. I still have the DVD. It's signed by Paul Schrader and Kathy Moriarty, who played Vicky in the film. And the Criterion has, I think, all the special features that the MGM UA DVD has, which is the one I had before. Well, I still have both of them. But like the Criterion Blu-ray, I think is only 1 or 2 special features, and of course, it's, a Blu-ray transfer. So I don't know if I should have bought the Criterion of Raging Bull, but I did. But anyways, so yeah, I have these 2 films in a Scorsese box set, but they're DVDs, and I thought maybe there's something that those don't have. Those don't have that these 2 have. That are in the box set. So this is the first one. It's Mean Streets. It came out in '73. It basically rocketed Scorsese to film prominence. I think the budget, the money for this film was supplied, I think, by Francis Ford Coppola. And anybody down in the comments can, correct me or say maybe it's part of it or whatever. And he needed. I think part of the budget was to pay for popular songs to be played in the movie. He couldn't just play them without asking for permission or paying a fee for them. So, that's characteristic of a fair amount of Scorsese's movies that take place in the modern day. Or even in the little bit back past where they use music of the period. But, he tends to, play like Goodfellas, Mean Streets, he plays music that's, well, not necessarily all the time of that time period that the movie is taking place in, but, like, Goodfellas, they might play a song from the 60s and what's happening at that particular scene is in the 80s, so that's what I mean by that. This is After Hours. I wasn't going to get this either, but this was released in summer. Oh, I can't show that picture because it shows a naked person. And as I said earlier in the video, when I was showing the Vinegar Syndromes, I'm going to have to cover up an image because it has nudity in it. So I'll use a picture-in-picture thing on the iMovie to solve that problem. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, he's Griffin Dunn is in this film, and he comes along a string of bad luck, like in the vein of Falling Down with Michael Douglas and U-Turn with Sean Penn. I think U-Turn is the better bad luck film in those compared to Falling Down. I have Falling Down. I used to have U-Turn on VHS, but I'm willing to be open to watching Falling Down and maybe changing my opinion. I don't know. It seemed too forced, Falling Down. Like, it seemed too conveniently bad for him. Like, I wasn't buying all the bad luck that was happening to him. Anyways, this one is The Worst Person in the World by Joachim Trier. I think it's part of a trilogy. Originally I didn't buy it because of the fact that it was a trilogy. And but I don't know. I've been hearing good things about this, so that's why I bought it. And I don't think my day's going to be ruined. It's just all mostly text, I think. But this side, I guess, has some pictures. Yeah, I've heard this is good. So some YouTubers have said this is good, and some of my friends have too. This is another one. I think I've heard this is good. This came out in the early 2000s. Me and You and Everyone We Know, a film by Miranda July. So that's another film. I think I've heard good things about this one as well. So Um, and I don't really know anything about it. I just hear it's good, so I bought it. And you get this pink booklet. And I haven't really looked in all these booklets. But yeah, my resolution for this year, hang on. My resolution for this year is to watch more movies. Make music too. And I've cut down on streaming, so I'm trying to get in the rhythm. I used to watch films all the time. I mean, I used to, with my friends, I used to see like three movies a week in the theater, but I lived with roommates at the time, and I had more access to, some more money. But, I think I'm getting Oppenheimer. I have a Barnes & Noble credit card, so when I spend up to $2,500 on it, I get a Barnes & Noble gift card that I can either spend online or at their stores. Now they have a points thing that they just started. It's like, in the past they had they still have the 10% off, not 10%, what am I talking about? The 50% off sale July and November at Barnes & Noble off the Criterions. But they used to, in the past, they used to allow you to use a coupon, like a 10% coupon, and your membership, which is like another 10%. So you'd have like 70% off, and then they cut that. But now they're starting this point system. I became a member of Barnes & Noble a long time ago, but I guess it was made it again because I had a Barnes & Noble credit card. Yeah, I know a lot of people, my friends, have told me like that's not really that great a deal to have the Barnes & Noble credit card where you spend up to $2,500 on it, and you get a $25 gift card when you pay up to $2,500 on the credit card. So, but I do have another gift card, because of the credit card. So it's $25. It's not really $25 for free, but it's sort of, you get the thing. So I think I'm going to get Oppenheimer with it, and there's going to be another one coming up. So I'm going to probably pay that. I'm not going to pay with it. I'm going to use it to get, I think, Ridley Scott's Napoleon. I know I've heard, some people say it's not that great, and a person that I met said they really enjoyed it, but like a lot of people are, not saying it's historically accurate. I don't know if I care if all films are historically accurate. Most of the time I don't get, mad if it's not historically accurate. I mean, I also think, movies and books are two different things. Napoleon's not a book, it's just, history. But it's, I think, because constantly people are saying, oh, the book is always better than the movie, and I think they're two separate things, They operate by different aesthetic criteria and rules, So, I just showed that other one and I didn't even say anything about it because I'm just talking. Well, before I go back to that one for a second, this one's called Girlfriends. It's another women-directed movie. I think the plot is basically the main character is having a hard time making ends meet, surviving. I think her friend is, I think it's married or something. It says on the back here, and she's just trying to survive. Is basically, I think, the plot. And this is the servant. Maybe I said this. I didn't say Joseph Losey. I don't think. Dirk Bogart's in this. I think he was in Visconti's The Damned, which is about a rich family that have like a steel mill or whatever, and it's set during the time of the Nazis, and they're supporting the Nazis. Maybe they're helping making weaponry for the Nazis. Joseph Losey, I think he was American, but he went over to UK to make this because he was on the blacklist of the House of American Activities. I don't know exactly House of American Activities, what the whole spiel on it is, but that's what he made in Exile. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is my third Jane Campion film I've got. And in previous sales, I got The Piano and Power of the Dog. I haven't watched My Piano yet. I've seen it before. I think I saw it at the theater. Might have seen it on video. Haven't watched my Criterion of it yet. I can't remember. I think it was a Facebook poll. What is the best film you've seen by a woman director? And I thought The Piano, I guess. So, but she also made another movie called The Power of the Dog. Yeah, so I watched that one about a closet homosexual guy who's kind of macho, and not just that character, but Kristen Stewart's in it, and she marries a man who's very wealthy, owns lots of land, and is it her brother? I mean, not her. Is it her husband's brother? I think it's her husband's brother who has the closet homosexuality. There's Mr. Macho being a cowboy on the plains, Oh, and this is called An Angel at My Table. I can't remember if I said that. And I think I'll put this up here. YouTube channel Movie Chatter. Stephanie is her name. I think she recommended this movie, so shout out to Stephanie. And I'll just put up right after that, Cinema Dave Media. They do a stream every Saturday. It's on Cinema Dave's channel. I think so. Yeah, on Saturdays in the afternoon. I don't know exactly when it begins. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, somewhere in there. And they've been doing it quite faithfully for quite some time now. Another women-directed movie, Desert Hearts, by Donna Deitch. Okay, so I got cut off there because it goes choppy sometimes. I don't know if it's the battery in the computer. It might be the battery. I think I need to replace the battery on this one. Or it might be the storage. It has a 1 terabyte hard drive, but I've put quite a lot on it, on the memory. So it's got like 18 gigs free or 16 gigs free. So I have to transfer some stuff off of this computer onto an external hard drive. For example, the box set recommendations video that I put on my channel, that's an over 2-hour video. I think it's like 2 hours and 40 minutes or 2 hours and 20 minutes. And it's taking up a lot of space on the hard drive, so I probably should dump it onto an external hard drive. Anyways, here's another movie. It's another woman director. I think she's Swedish. The Girls, Loving Couples, Night Games. And it has some pretty big female actress hitters. Bibi Anderson and Ingrid Thulin and Gunnar Lindblom. Harriet Anderson, and you would know those women from. I don't know if Gunnar Lindblom is a woman, but you would know them from Ingmar Bergman films like Cries and Whispers. Harriet Anderson, from Cries and Whispers as well, but also from what's that movie? Cries. My Summer with Monica. Yeah. I think she was in Sawdust and Tinsel too. When you that Criterion box set's recommendation video, that's the first thing I recommend, which is the Ingmar Bergman Cinema box set. So yeah. So you can just look on my channel. I have to admit I haven't watched that box set yet, but I've seen a lot of the movies on it. And it's got a nice book. Real huge book. Not a booklet. We're talking about a gargantuan box set. And probably should wait till like the July sale to buy that. Because right now it's like $300. And in you paid $150 at the if it's half price, and if you have like a gift card that I had, like $25, I paid $125 for it. So. All right, I'll continue on just a second here. Okay, I'm back with more movies. So this is another Criterion. I like how they design their movies. Like Dr. Strangelove, they have this manila envelope, like the ones the pilots are opening up in the B-52 plane flying over Russia, and they got the Russian phrase book, and then, top secret documents, and they got on the inside of the cover they have pictures of bomb blasts, the Barry Lyndon Criterion, and it's got loaded of the special features that really nicely done, like telling how it was put together. I haven't watched the Barry Lyndon Criterion in a while, but yeah, they're just beautifully put together, these Criterions. So like in this particular case, they're trying to, I guess it's a Dogma 95 thing. They're trying to make it look like a Dogma 95 kind of a thing. And this one is called Celebration. Yeah, Celebration. Yes, it was a Danish movement. So I'm not going to get into detail about the Dogma 95 movement. It's spelled DOGME 95. So just Google it and you'll know what I'm talking about. I talked about it a little bit earlier in the video. I was talking about Lars von Trier. Using available light, handheld camera, low budget. You operate certain rules, and if you don't, I suppose it's really not a Dogma 95 film. Well, I think it has to be in reality. It has to be in a reality of a sort. Like, I think it can't be in the past, for example. It has to be the now. The present day. Okay, so then this is one of the newer branches of their company that they started off. And they call it the. I think it says Janus Contemporaries. I thought it was Janus. The two-headed insignia in, I guess, Roman mythology or whatever, but lots of foreign films have been presented by them, and but they started this branch called Janus Contemporary. So this is one, The Eight Mountains. It's an Italian movie. The trailer looked interesting. I don't know. I guess it's the trailer sometimes that draws me into some of these movies. So they're like constructing a house. I guess they have a bad relationship with their father. I don't know. Looks kind of interesting. This next one is, I think it's Icelandic. It's Godland. I think it's a guy who wants to come and convert Icelandic people to Christianity. And it's not set in the Viking time, but I think like the trailer is sort of showing like the Icelandic people are still quite Viking-like, even though it's not the Viking age. It's like the 19th century or early 20th century or whenever. It is in the past, but not in the Viking past. So it seems like these Janus Contemporaries don't have a lot of special features on them. But yeah, because I like special features. That's why it's one of the reasons why I collect movies. And in a video maybe a year or so ago, I showed that I got a Criterion of Jackie Chan movies, two of them, Police Story and Police Story 2. It was a box set sort of, but like, well, it is a box set, but like a slim one, like it would look like a single movie if you bought a single movie, just one movie. I have another Jackie Chan box set that I got at the library for free or maybe for a few dollars. I can't remember. Because, you know, if you also notice in my videos in the past, I have a Bruce Lee box set from Criterion. And I think I have a Bruce Lee box set that's not a Criterion. I think the Bruce Lee box set has all Bruce Lee's films. I only think he made a handful of films. Or maybe technically he made more, but not as a big star like, you know, like the Green Hornet. I don't know the whole thing with the Green Hornet and all that stuff, but maybe that's technically also films he's also been, well, he was in those, but like the films he was in this particular Criterion box set, The Big Boss, Enter the Dragon, Game of Death, which was made after he died, and like they had different people that looked sort of like him in different scenes, and then they had him in parts of the movie, and then they showed his funeral, which I think some people were not pleased about, that they put the funeral in part of the movie, but because it's a fictional movie, The Game of Death. I like Game of Death. There's like one shot where you see Bruce Lee's face, but you know it's a photograph. But sometimes cheesiness, sometimes crappy production values don't get on me, you know. But yeah, these are Jackie Chan movies: Young Master, Half a Love of Kung Fu, Fearless Hyena, Spiritual Kung Fu, My Lucky Stars, Fearless Hyena too. So yeah, you get these movies, nothing on them, just letters, you know, just words, no illustrations, and you get this booklet, which I don't think I've looked at. I also have Meals on Wheels. Is that the one? Or is it another one? I think it's Meals on Wheels that a friend of mine was selling off of eBay. They bought from him. Is it Meals on Wheels? I don't know. He did make a film called Meals on Wheels. I think it's the one I have. Well, it's something. It's a Jackie Chan movie that I bought from my friend off of eBay. So it's something that Jackie Chan did. So, and here's the last two Criterions. I bought these in Vermont at the Barnes & Noble. This was after the November sale. This was in December. Because of this new point system, because I bought Criterions at the Barnes & Noble store in November in Vermont, and bought some online, and I racked up these points. So I paid a little less than one Blu-ray's worth price for two Blu-ray for two Blu-rays I got for the price of one. That's what I mean. Like each one was like $40, so that would cost like $80. So I instead of paying $80, I paid like $35 because, you know, points. Again, I mentioned Fassbender, Rainer Werner Fassbender, in case you're wondering. Not Michael Fassbender, but Rainer Werner Fassbender, who was a German film director who made like, I don't know, 50 films or something before he died, and I think he was in his early 30s when he died. He's one of my favorite directors. And there's a poll on Facebook, like saying, what director has never made a bad film? And like he was one of them for me. I think he's made like one bad movie that I didn't like, but the rest I do. It's like something Fly, or I don't know. Maybe the other one is another one. But basically, I like his films. And I bought a film that was influenced. Maybe it's his favorite director. He's been heavily influenced by this director. The other film I showed, I think in a previous video, was All That Heaven Allows by Douglas Sirk. So yeah, Douglas Sirk might be his favorite director. Okay, so this is Rock Hudson, Barnva Hall, Robert Stack, Dorothy Malone. So get some heavy hitters here. And yeah, Fassbender was concerned about like social issues. You know, well, yeah, relationships, like people dominating each other. He was a bisexual man, and class differences, you know, is interested in, and yeah, I don't know, but and his films are depressing, because if you know me, Fassbender's films are depressing. You know, I said earlier in the video that I uplifting movies, but I like a lot of depressing movies. But the thing about Fassbender is he's not afraid to show like the brutality in life, you know, like or the tragicness of life, you know. I think Ozu's sort of in that vein. Ozu's not like in the class difference. He's more into like family things or passing of time or people dying, being born, you know, just life. Sort of wistfulness and all that. I guess something like that. I don't know. But yeah. Fassbender was heavily influenced by Douglas Sirk. Like, you know, in that Douglas Sirk time period, I think he made Bigger Than Life, Douglas Sirk, with James Mason. But at that time in the 50s, you know, I don't know. I think it was like socially repressed kind of society. Like, you couldn't like a person that was poorer than you if you were a rich person. There's a movie, I think I have it. I shouldn't say I think. Far From Heaven, I think, is Todd Haynes, with Julianne Moore and Dennis Haysbert. And I think that's Haysbert? I don't know. He's in those, I don't know if he's still in them, Allstate commercials. I think they're Allstate insurance. And then there's somebody else in the movie. I think it's Dennis Quaid. But I think that Todd Haynes movie is influenced by Douglas Sirk as well. So, yeah. Anyways, I had this, but I wanted the Criterion of this. This is another German director that Fassbender is a German director. This is by Wim Wenders. I have another Criterion with Wim Wenders. Well, no, two other Criterions of Wim Wenders, which are what the hell is the name of it? 80s movie. I just looked at it a little while ago when I had not watched it, but saw it on the shelf. Paris, Texas. And another one he made, like a 5-hour movie with the sort of video media and stuff that I haven't watched yet, Till the End of the World or something like that. This is Wings of Desire, about angels, and Peter Falk's in it. I saw it in the Adirondacks when I was like 14 or 15 years old at a theater. This is before the Berlin Wall fell down. The release I have before I had this one had a map, and it showed you the locations, the actual locations that the film was shot in. I have that in a few other DVDs and Blu-rays, like my Taxi Driver DVD. They show a map of the places they shot at, and like the place at the time, like a shot in the film at the place, and then it shows the place in the modern day. You know, when it was shot. You know, when they shot it in that particular time period that was, quote, the modern day. Now it isn't, of course, because, you know, years have passed since then as well. You know, so. But that's Wings of Desire, like an existential movie. You know, it goes between color and black and white. You know, the angels see black and white, and the people living see in color. It's Bruno Ganz in it. He would later play Hitler in Downfall, which is another German movie, which is a good movie. Downfall's a good movie. He plays a pretty good Hitler, I would say. And I think I'm going to put at the start like another thing I picked up, but I'm going to show you another thing that I think I showed in another video, but it fits in the context of the one I bought currently. So here's what I'm talking about. So there's this guy, he does lectures. He did some lectures at the Jacob Burns Film Center in Pleasantville, New York. So he was covering the Beatles. And you can buy these DVDs off a website called culturesonar.com. I'll put it up there. And anyways, he's been dissecting Beatles album. So this is the first one I bought a while back, a few years ago. And it covers the White Album, Sgt. Pepper, Revolver, and Rubber Soul. They're called Deconstructing the Beatles. So, you know, if you can go on the Culture Sonar website and there's YouTube videos of him breaking down little previews of what are on these DVD. They're only on DVD. They're not on Blu-ray. You can also, if you don't want to get it sent to you on DVD, you can also download it onto your computer. But I want them as DVDs. And this is Abbey Road is the one I just recently purchased. Abbey Road is my favorite Beatles album because, like, the concept, the kind of abstractness of it, and the medleys and the joining of the songs towards the end, and really long instrumentals, like in the song "I Want You," "She's So Heavy," and there's some other songs. But yeah, so I haven't listened to Abbey Road recently, but yeah, but I like hearing how things are broken down, either, you know, music-wise or movie-wise. You know, I like to hear the technical stuff, what's under the hood kind of stuff. Okay, this is the end of the video. I mentioned earlier in the video that I was going to show one Iranian movie. So I forgot all about that, and I recorded the rest of this video before you saw before this particular section. So, but I mentioned an Iranian film, and then there were two other films I picked up. The other two were from the library. So anyways, there's one more Criterion, and it's an Iranian movie. It's No Bears, directed by Jafar Panahi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Well, I'm going to read this. One of the world's great cinema artists, Jafar Panahi, has been carefully crafting self-reflective works about artistic, personal, and political freedom for the past 3 decades, despite being banned from filmmaking by the Iranian government since 2010. In No Bears, completed shortly before his imprisonment in 2022, Panahi plays a fictionalized version of himself, a dissident filmmaker who relocates to a rural border town to direct a film remotely in nearby Turkey, and finds himself embroiled in a local scandal as he struggles to complete his feature. Panahi must confront the opposing poles of tradition and progress, city and country, belief and evidence, as well as the universal desire to reject oppression. But yeah, so anyways, there was a film he made, which I think he made under house arrest. I think it's I shouldn't say. I keep saying that. I think. I saw it, which is he filmed it with like a video camera. Like one of his films, I think maybe it was that one. He smuggled it out of the country by putting it like on a microchip. He shot it on video, and he put it in a cake to get it out of the country. And I think he directed a film called Taxi or Taxi something. It was about the life of a taxi driver in Tehran or something. And I think he did The Circle, which is about women. That's a really good Iranian movie. I highly recommend it. It's all these Iranian women, all the problems they have, you know, like wearing the what's the terminology? It's hijab, I think. You know, you got to cover the hair and have the appropriate papers to do something, and women are not allowed to drive, and so yeah, it's a pretty depressing movie, but it's a good movie. Yeah, so, and he worked as Abbas Kiarostami's assistant. I think in some of the Coker trilogy films, he was Kiarostami's assistant. I think you can see him in one of the Coker trilogy films, maybe Through the Olive Trees. Because the one with the film crew, I think he's there, and maybe Abbas Kiarostami appears in that movie. I'm not sure. I can't remember. That I highly recommend the Coker trilogy, which is a Criterion, which has the Friend's House, Through the Olive Trees, and there's the third one is I can't remember, but you can. I showed it in a previous video, the Coker trilogy, and you can just look it up on Google, which is Koker trilogy, the Coker trilogy. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing that. So yeah, No Bears. I think I watched a little bit of this. Oh, you want to know something interesting? You know, in Japan, you have to take your shoes off before you enter somebody's apartment or house. It's the same thing in Iran. You have to take your shoes off, and I think they both cultures place a high importance on tea. So and this is a Blu-ray I picked up. I got rid of the DVD of Frozen. I still haven't watched Frozen, but anyways, yeah, it's got the there's a Blu-ray and Blu-ray and a DVD. Yeah, so yeah, and the last this is the last. This is Heat with Val Kilmer, Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino. It's directed by Michael Mann. It's an okay movie. I know my friend loves this movie. I don't know. Maybe I should give it another watch. I think I've watched it at least twice. So, and I think it's pretty long. I think it's like 3 hours long. 172 minutes, 34, 50, 60, 70. Yeah, it's about 2 hours and 2 hours and 52 minutes. Yeah, I think it makes sense. 34, 50, 60. Yeah, about 2 hours and 52 minutes. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'd like to like this movie, but I just can't totally. I don't know. I gotta watch it again. That's okay. I've kept you long enough. Have a great day, and bye for now. Okay, that's finished. That finishes the video, and yeah. I was going to just say this. I bought a delay pedal. I was going to say I was going to talk about the delay pedal in my Saturday announcement video for the January 7th guitar stream. Maybe I'll just repeat myself on the Saturday announcement. But I bought a delay pedal. I got it today. But then I found out I had to have a power thing that got it turned on. So I had to use one of my other power things for, I used the looper one, I think, to power up the delay pedal. I'm playing around with it. I barely scratched the surface on it. I'm playing around with the knobs and the speed of the delay. And I guess I'll get into a little more detail about that on Saturday. And after I buy the charger thing, or whatever it's called, that hooks up to the. Okay, yeah. So after I bought the delay pedal, I didn't have a charger thing, so I had to go back to Guitar Center and buy another piece of equipment. I did buy a patch cable to connect that to the looper and the. I have patch cables for the looper and the what do you call it? Well, I only had one patch cable for the looper and the wah pedal because one side of the wah would go into the amp and the other side of the loop, the other part, the looper would go into the guitar. But since there's 3 pedals now, I needed another patch cable to connect the wah and the looper and the delay together. So that was taken care of. I had no idea that I had to get I should have seen it. I don't know. You have to have these charge things to power up these pedals. So I'm going to have to pick up one of those at Guitar Center probably tomorrow. Today is Wednesday when I'm shooting this. The earlier part of the video, I can't remember when I shot it, but I think I told you when it was because I said it. Today it's ending this video. It's the 4th of January 2024. It's 1:06 in the morning at night. So yeah. So anyways, yeah. I'll get into more detail about the delay pedal in the Saturday announcement. I'm pretty sure I'll put up a Saturday announcement. If I put this video up after the Saturday announcement, I guess I'll just be repeating myself. So either you'll see it before you see this video, or you'll hear me say about it in this video, and then I'll put that video up. Whatever. Anyways, thanks for watching. I won't keep you. And have a good day. Bye now.
How you doing? Bitches leave.
Gee, Bobby. Bye. You gonna call me?